you want. Ooh, geez,
Right.
this is bright.
Okay.
Welcome back to... This is BrisVegas land, isn't it?
Yes.
Correct. Okay, cool. I was sitting on the other side earlier, and we've obviously been knocked out of the semi-finals. This is now onto the grand final. Unfortunately, Nerox and Gunlock both took off very, very quickly, packed up their gear and disappeared before anybody could even shake hands. So obviously they were very impressed with our result. But we're onto the grand final now. Who do we have playing? We have ezpz up against LANMowers.
Yep.
So this is going to be the Australian meta. Do we have the map vetoes, Matt? Cache, Cobble, and Mirage. There you go. I can, in fact, just parrot everything Mav said. So, do we know whose pick this is? Okay, cool. I'm being handed the vetoes live, by the way. This is how we... There we go, the live vetoes. Awesome. Yeah, I've just got hecklers in the crowd. This is familiar territory. Yeah. All right, so we've got the first map here. By the looks of things, this is Mav's handwriting. ezpz's pick. So Cache was their pick. They've got the names around. The trigger point now is me looking at this screen.
Oh yeah.
With the the logos the wrong way around. But Cache was ezpz's pick. Cobble was obviously LANMowers' pick.
Yep.
Or LANMowers, whichever way you want to go. And then Mirage was the last veto. From what you've seen today, how do you think this one's going to go? Do you think as though the boys sing on their own, the BYPC, the ezpz guys are going to be actually quite sharp, quite victorious here at the end? Or do you think as though it's going to go the other way?
I think ezpz have played pretty well against you boys in the semis, as we saw last game. I think you guys maybe tried to put a foot in the door at the end of both those matches, but they sort of just ran over you in a sense.
You don't have to sugarcoat it. We threw pretty hard.
Yeah, and then LANMowers, I think I saw one of the games because I came halfway through the events, so I think that they've got some pretty good names. White, Animus, Ares. So I think it's going to be a pretty tight game.
And I'm going to cue the producer to throw us in game because they've started on a pistol. Am I going to have to do it myself? This is going to be another Copenhagen game stream. I'm just going to cast off a score bot. But looking at the pistol, we do have straight into A, LANMowers, not messing around at all. And they will get the plant. Taking down Acer and Senora as they do make their way in. Now it's on the retake, so let's just see what they can muster. They do have a kit, though, so they can bide their time a little. The question is that aim shot's going to be a factor. How aggressive was that? Lanimus, though, taking one. Now all on Ronan, a.k.a. Side. 3 versus 1. Make it a 3 versus none. Does go down. Pretty quick round there, too. They got onto that B or that A bomb site, and, well, the retake wasn't that successful.
No, I think CT side held up. Get that retake. There we go. See you, mate.
So we had to stop casting the high five.
Steve.
Okay, second round here. Thanks to Valve wanting a 40% win rate for the team that's eco. They've all forced into pistols. So straight into name there, but Klebs finds one reply. Pick again. Go down quite quickly there. Lanimus and White finding another frag. And it's going to be tough here now because the Suits has been shut out of this B bomb site. Asa. What can he do here? Can he muster something? Does find one. Don't know if he's going to be able to find the next 3, though. It's going to be difficult for him. As Jabbo should be able to find the frag. He does easily, and living up to his namesake there, finds the LANMower frag.
Not bad.
PP Bison. Do people frown on that? Like, do you, as a player, frown on that over other SMG options?
I don't know. I just never pick it up, honestly. Like, the meta at the moment, a lot of force buys come out, so... You
can't go past the UMP, though.
Yeah, I think that's...
Best bang for buck.
I think that's, well, it is pretty much the meta, yeah?
It's the only SMG.
And it's just like... You've seen screenshots on Reddit all the time, teams just... The quasi buys just all umps.
Yeah. So. They will get straight into this A. There's no one there, though. They'll get in for free. As long as they don't overextend here, they should take any casualties getting inside. White looking for one. Not the second, though. Asa running through that Molotov. Easy for him. Side, though, on that flank. We'll get that boost into mid, so I actually don't know if this is going to be too effective at all. It just looks like LANMowers. There you go. Have overextended themselves. They're playing this quite cautiously. And they'll be looking for exits. So that's about all they're going to be able to get here. If they can pick up that AK from either Swanky or Animus. It's a good day at the office, but there we go. Finds one frag. Phone stolen off the desk in the middle. And frag here. And he's aim punched out. So unfortunately, Burke didn't even get a weapon out of that. Found wanting.
No. Asa did good work there, sitting in that molly, like just waited his time, you know, and then peeked out last second, got the headshot, and took a gun off T side. But
onto the buy round.
Yep.
Aggressive. Takes a bit of damage for double. At aggressive position though, could further down the track. He doesn't look to be supported at the moment, but Senor actually did this a few times. Actually, no, it wasn't him. It was someone earlier in the group stages that was doing this repeatedly. And this is the problem now. The exit strategy is not always there, but he does get out. But he's still sticking around here. Very, very aggressive on that line through the smoke. And you can see they're rotating back through. So A main, they do have control of that, LANMowers. And they're giving up control of B main and making their way back towards the A bomb site. That bomb, though, still sitting in mid. They're going to have to do it, though, without Latimus, who did go down earlier. So, again, Senor pushes, but this time he's traded out. So it's back to a 4 versus 4. And the T's going to make their way onto this A bomb site. Swanky. He can open anything up. Asa needs to find a few frags here if he can. Even better. Oh. I was going to have his own personal PC, but White there does find the trade. And White finds a second too, so he's opening things up. Ooh, Ares with that swift trade. Now all on Klebs, the Atletico Academy player. That being said though, if he didn't beat us, his spot in the Academy was in question. Has to win this 2 versus 1 though. Does find the first. Ares goes down. Swanky. This is an awkward dance around the bomb boxes here. Let's just see who flicks their wrist correctly. Oh, right, there we go. Klebs. Clutching that one out. Nice 3K for him, and obviously the 2v1 at the end. And easy peasy. Making it look just that.
Yep, T's playing that well. I think they got the advantage. Grouped up, hit a site together. But just a bit unfortunate in the after plants there. I think, you know, trying to go a bit too aggressive. They're getting picked off. Especially by, I think it was just Klebs up in ups and rafters.
Yep.
Got 1 or 2 on the cross, so have to be aware of that now. I think it's the second round in a row the team against their smoke as well.
That's potentially going to cost you, particularly if you're going to try and play very aggressive in mid. Now, Latimus goes down somewhere in the midst of all that. Aggression from both CTs and Ts though, trying to contest through these smokes. So you can see both teams are very, very set. Taking control of areas on the map, but that looked like it hit for me. Swanky able to find the frag though. And for now, easy peasy control mid. And once again, early on in the piece, Animus has actually gone down. Now, I've played a little bit with Will, enough to know that he's probably in-game leading for them, in the sense that he's a player that will martyr himself for the rest of the team. So he's going to throw himself into situations first. And usually that results in him dying early on, but he has a read on the team from there on in. He'll try and get that entry. If he can bring it down to a 4 versus 4, fantastic, because he can actually read things quite nicely here. But Klebs needs to be careful. Won't have any action towards him just at the moment, but Burke on point here. Looking for the burst, actually doesn't find it at all. And they will be able to get themselves 1, 2, 8 onside. And Jabbo, 1 vax enough, son. Don't need a second one here. It's 2v3 on that retake. Make it 2v2 with Jabbo's HP. And the question is, are they going to give him the frags? Are LANMowers going to throw here? Trade there for Klebs, and he goes down. Jabbo, he's a little bit too enthused after the semi-finals.
Bloody hell. That was loud.
Yep. I remember my first LAN round win.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. Haven't had many since. But CT economy has been troubled, particularly because one round win that they did have came down to a 1 versus 1. Obviously, we're both clutching that out, but now the Mac 10s are out. They've got a good read on the economy. They're sending the SMGs in first, and they're just cleaning up. They should be able to make their way easily here into A. Question is, are they going to get too excited? Are they going to just shoot for the stars here, overextend and give their weapons away? Side. Finding one frag. Not able to find a second, no. They grouped up. And the angry mob continues to roll around this map and just bully easy peasy out of position. So Burke may be able to find a frag, but if I was him, I'd be more interested in saving that armor out, to be honest, because that's going to be more value as a CT.
T's working well there together, grouping up in the anti-eco, just using their numbers, using the utility they have. Just flush them out. Acer, I think it's Acer in the corner and fence, getting caught out with a molly. So just using the utility well, angle by angle, and taking those pistols down, especially with the double Mac 10 buy. So they farmed off a bit of money.
And it looks to be doing a decent job. Obviously, they're not rolling in it just yet.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not sort of rich gang status, but they are definitely starting to build their own economy. CTs obviously have just been reset. That double eco's come out. That grenade takes Senor right down, but CTs now, they were looking at pushing through B main, obviously, but that option has since had the door closed on it. And, well, LANMowers is sticking around. Just holding position. Doesn't actually catch Senor out now. Doesn't actually make the final frag yet. I don't know if he's aware that Ronan was there, but jeez, you got to make those, Will. Travel agent gets sent packing. It's another 4 versus 4. They're going to make their way towards this A box site. Need to be careful though. 2 players still in A. And it's not going to be an easy approach. White looking for the first entry frag. Needs to be careful. Those pistols do damage in close quarters. Klebs one before he's traded out, but Burke's still up. Ronan, though, doing a great amount of work, and it's left Swanky in a 2 versus 1 situation. Use that pistol, son, because you can see Saib is quite low, but 40 seconds to play with, though. He's still very much convinced that someone's sitting around. There we go. Okay. Not like this. Swanky, you should have had that one.
Yeah, mate. Got to hit those. Bit rough.
It is a bit rough. I did think actually he hit that frag.
I think if he knew his HP, he probably would have the pistol out.
Definitely.
But I think that's the advantage we have over them.
100%. I think the fact too that Cyber also knew he had an AWP. That was probably his only in on that round.
Yeah.
So chose to use it. Obviously, it's definitely aggression here from ezpz. Needs to make sure he gets out of that door. He's sticking around probably too long. He could have got out there. A-Res finds a double. And this is A, open right up. That's White. Peeking aggressively down to short. I don't know if they... Nerve is sitting up on the catwalk there. He goes down on the catwalk. And some of these battles are very, very awkward. Some of the players are actually having a little bit of difficulty finding the frags, and the duels aren't going the way that they should. The players that have the jump on each other are not converting that onto or into a frag, should I say. Maybe nerves creeping in here. This is the grand final. Saib needs to save this weapon. Obviously, the CT economy is pretty low, but not as low as these prices. Yeah, just gotta get ready for lame puns, dude. It's just, they're unrelenting. All 9 people in the chat going wild. I think we're higher than that. We're 14. This is It's an Aussie gaming TV stream.
Get around it. Kleb's looking to take the reputation off LANMowers and buys in for himself.
The question is, can he cut them out of the picture? It was close. Needs to get out of that vent too because White is making sure it is absolutely clear. Thankfully though, the T's don't have too much of a presence in B main whatsoever, otherwise that could have been an easy pincer frag. Now I'm going to back off. I don't know what Klebs is thinking here with the BP Bison. 64 headshots in the clip. They do take control of mid now. Look like the speed offside. Molotovs are good at letting things out, but taking fights they don't need to. Let's Burt go down now. Well, Jabbo pushing all the way through to CT there. And they're just being cut to pieces here at the moment. Easy peasy. They are not finding it as easy going as they had in previous matches. Ooh. Might be able to save this AWP out though. They are going to push for it. Important that they do take it out of his hands, but I mean at what cost? That's the question. Oh, they're just going to drag for him and... Well, he can't hit them. There we go. Get shanked, son. He does go down.
It's not going the way I thought it was, actually.
Taste the blade.
Yeah. LANMowers 7 rounds in.
You thought it was going to go the other way.
Yeah.
Easy going to find it a little bit easier.
Definitely.
Do you think they need attack pause?
I think by now, especially the way the economy is sitting, I think they do. I think Senor and Burke maybe just need to take a breather for a moment.
Yep.
It does help. Just a mental pause. Not only for yourself, but to slow down the plow in a sense.
Definitely the effect that they're feeling right now. Being absolutely dozed.
Oh, that's team flash.
Oh, that chemistry on display for all to see, and we're checking every corner here as well. That's how I guess if you compare the two teams, it's quite clear that LANMowers are in, as you said, in plow mode. They're feeling it. Everything's going right for them. They're grouping up well, taking control of the areas, and easy peasy are just being cut to pieces around the map. They're not playing together, not finding the trades easily either. It's just that grouping that's working so well for LANMowers. They do go down there. Actually, Klebs finds the opening frag, so this is looking a lot better actually. First good opening that Easy Peasy have had, and as I say that, Klebs had nowhere to go. That Molotov spread and found him at the very end. Always frustrating too, because you never tell when that or how far that Molotov's going to spread.
Yeah, I think they threw 2 actually as well.
There you go.
So I don't think he.
You got given the barbecue pit boys treatment.
Yeah.
Saab goes down in middle there, but even in this 2 versus 3, there's still a lot of map for 3 CTs to cover.
With the T's together though as well, I think it's going to help. They're not spread out. They've got the bomb. They're looking to get control together. So even if they come across, well, especially if they come across the lone CT player on A, they can trade them out, put themselves in a 1v2 or even a 2v2 situation.
Yep. And
put them in good stead to win the round. I don't know if he just saw the side of Asa.
I don't think he did.
No.
Asa goes down. That's the problem too. CT's had absolutely no information. It's back to a 2 versus 2. So CT's either needed to leap up or just have better positioning in the sense that they needed to find more information. But Burke finds good position there at the forklift. 2 versus 1 here for Arez, and he's been completely flashed out. They've got a good idea of where he is, so this is not going to be easy for him. But that smoke's just buying him a bit of time. Obviously the CTs do have a kit as well on Burke, but Senor, obviously with that shadow advantage as well, that shot made it even easier. And a crucial round for actually Easy Peasy in the sense that they need it momentum-wise. They also need it economy-wise. As you can see, the T's are very much rolling deep.
does help. You know, 2 of them lived, save the guns, 2 of them at least. They can all get a healthy buy, except for Kleb's just 1 flash. So, T's still have enough money to buy complete full utility, full guns, and an AWP as well.
Yeah, they're not really troubled at the moment. If anything, they're in a position to look for that reset opposition, but need to be careful. And Door is always the spanner in the works for some players, because I don't know about you, but some players find frags for that Door a little bit too easy for my liking. So Arez does find a frag there onto Burks. And found a second as well, so he's opened up A completely. And the duels aren't working out for ezpz at all, and he's found that third, so he's on a tear. As now it's on side. Senor, make that just Senor. Well, it's on him to just save that AWP, because let's be honest, no chance of winning that round. I've seen stranger things though. Oof. Just find one. They know where he is now though. You can see that they've actually got those little dots moving around the map. And well, he knows his time's up.
Yep.
Once though, and they're gonna. Not like this. Oh!
No way. Oh my goodness.
Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. It's the last frag that he couldn't find. And, well, as I said, stranger things had happened. Obviously not a chance of winning the round, but he did his best to try and save that AWP. Couldn't quite find it in the end, though. Yes, Mr. Viper, we did notice that the icons are the wrong way around, but guess what? Don't care.
We'll have to live with that.
Yeah, we're living with it right now.
Yeah, it's difficult.
White. Give that sequence play. That's going to go behind. Doesn't matter anyway, they'll be taken down. Just the T's are now they're playing a lot more loosely too. They're not even grouping up before as they were before, because they're just starting to roll over, as you said. CT tilt effect in that sense, because now the CTs aren't even playing collectively either, so they can get around with just doing whatever they wish. So it's not looking too good for ezpz on map 1. Now this was their map pick. So going on to Cobble, which will be LANMowers pick.
We'll have to see if maybe they had something in plan for the T side.
That's true, actually.
So they did win the knife round those, and they did choose CT side first. So whether it's just all falling apart for them.
Just rolling out now. Rolling out, and Five with a nice double. Find a free AK. Animus has already made his way into ZCon, so he's already cut that CT rotation right off. And now you can see the T's are going to make their way towards his A-bomb side. That's what bombers, but they just keep feeding side. Haven't been able to isolate him just yet. He doesn't have any armor, but it's not too much of a detriment to him at the moment. Does take up a different position there as well in A main, so he's just moved things around. Klebs finds LANMowers, so this has gone pear-shaped on the back of a good round from side. First time we've seen the T's actually punished for not sticking together too. An anti-eco, and Smoky couldn't find that frag. And yes, they were rolling around loosely. Yes, they were playing quite very, very free. And that it actually cost them for once. So maybe that will be the momentum shift in this game. Who knows?
Well, the win with the eco, you know, they have a lot of money, even though it's their last round. A lot of money to buy up. Full buy, 1 AWP. Haven't done double AWP setup at all. So we'll have to see where Senor plays with the AWP this time.
Oh. That's close, but no cigar. Again, though, we can see the T's just taking very, very loosely. They're going to group back up towards this A bomb site. You can see that T just moving off the radar at B. So try and test Senor. Does take down one. They already have a 2-man advantage now going into the last minute and 12 seconds of the round. And all their eggs are going to be in this A basket. I think the CT knows because they do have that player close and short, 2 on the A bomb site. They're in good position to hold this. Obviously the B rotate's going to be very slow, but I just think they've got enough numbers here on the site to take it. Unless one can do something. He drags himself up to that angle. I don't think he's ready. There's one on catwalk. Senor finds another. He's had a good round so far, and it's all on Swanky here. The last round of the half. Can't do anything. 10-5 to score, and that's a round that easy peasy needed.
Yeah.
Oof.
I don't know. I think
Mav's impressed. Don't know what with. Oh, it's a cheeseburger. Well, there you go. Things change. Damn. He's gifted me a cheeseburger. I don't know if you've had one.
no, it's okay.
It's all right.
I don't mind.
Do you know who needs a cheeseburger?
Who does? Burke.
All of easy peasy. Let's be honest. Yeah, Burke's had a bit of a shocker. He could do with the cheeseburger. But, oh, that aggression from Jabbo. He'll be rewarded here, and he could be overwhelmed too, so it's an important pistol, and then one of the opening frags, and now LANMowers can't find anything just yet. 3v5. No kid on the CTs at the moment too, so this is going to be on their raw fragging power, and quickly too. So they do make the exchanges here in the A bomb site, and that is a nice round there. And a round, as we said, that easy peasy needed. So starting off right in that second half.
Yep. Athletico boys pulling through there, 2 kills each.
Yep. Well, we said to them if they didn't beat us, that the academy spot was ours.
It's gone. Oh, it's yours.
Yeah, we're taking it back. They beat us, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, we as castaways, we put the ultimatum in there. Let's keep it on their toes. PDG with a ropeable. People say he's not competitive anymore. He is. Like, he may not play competitively, but he's still got a very competitive vibe.
Oh, don't worry, I saw it in the chat. He was.
Yeah, he spends more time playing the psychological warfare than anything else. To the point where, like, I actually think sometimes he might be gaslighting his own players a little. It's like, do we believe him? Do we believe what he says? He told us in practice that this was fantastic work, but then I did it against him in a game, and he's now telling me off for doing it. They don't know what's right anymore. They don't know who to believe. And, well, let's just see what they can do here. All 3 academy players are left alive. They're going to make their way towards this B bomb site. So White waiting there with the USP. He's been left alone too. CT rotation coming off. He surely will be coming that now. 45 seconds left on the clock, and well, he's changing with that Molotov. And instantly aim punched as well. They do need to be careful of heaven though. That scout is still up from LANMowers, and 18 HP. What can he do? Oh, I don't know how that grenade didn't take his life, to be fair. Now I'm going to get the plant. Back down to a 2 versus 2 though. You can see that Plebs is quite low, and well, Ares, the only high HP player on LANMowers, goes down, and he also takes LANMowers middle stump.
Well, taking the pistol rounds, held them off on the anti. So CTs have another eco ahead. And we'll have to see what the T's can do.
Finding themselves back in this, aren't they, though?
Yeah, definitely. The two SMGs going to lead the way, I think, in the A site, as the CTs are doing the polar opposite, pushing B sides. So T should find a free site, and the CTs will find absolutely nothing.
I always find this hilarious too when the T stack one site and the
yeah.
Well, sorry, the CT stack one side and the T's just rush the other. It's a bit of a yin and yang effect as they rotate around the map.
And it's terribly frustrating as a CT when you call that.
Yeah, because you put all your eggs in one basket. There's a stack obviously on, and well, you gambled wrong. The 50% chance went against you.
Well, I don't know, that's maybe not a bad thing in a sense. Sometimes not giving the money to the SMGs is a good thing, you know?
Fair, but if they do just go down like that, then yeah, I guess counters everything.
Yeah.
But there is a gun round coming out here though, so 4-pon Swanky. 4-pon White too as well, double up setup. Costly, but also effective too. Ooh, Swanky misses that chance. Second, Klebs though. Stands his ground and fights. Let's find the trade. And there you go, Senor finding LANMowers as well. So ezpz are fighting back here. They've got a 2-man advantage. But they don't have a lot of territory at the moment. So they're just going to group up. You can see the CT's very much split. They were one at each choke point. They've gone now and back this A side up. So this is interesting too because they've given away mid control, and normally that position there that A-Res is standing in, very open to mid, but thankfully there is no mid presence from ezpz. And I'm actually going to give it up. No, thankfully the right read too, because we couldn't find the frag, but A-Res was going to be Molotov'd out of position. White finds another, uses that smoke as cover to progress, and they do present. He's so aggressive though, and doesn't miss that shot. Out in the open here now, will be taken down. ezpz, wrestling it back. Finding it a little bit easier on that T side of Cache.
Yeah.
Actually, continue.
No, you go, sorry.
I was going to say, it's interesting that most of these teams today, so much better on their T side.
Yeah.
CT side obviously falls down a little bit, but it's the T side that's actually working really well today for everyone.
I think, well, it comes down, CT side's obviously a lot to do with, you know, synergy, and obviously with just like local LAN players are just getting together. So, you know, having experience together in situations as like a site duo of some kind, you know, when you play with your team, it's much easier. But, you know, when you play T-sides, puggier, so you're able to sort of work with your teammates a bit better, I think, you know, and sort of overrun the CTs where they can't hold.
Yeah, I think you're correct in saying that. For me, I guess I have a slightly different philosophy, but I mean, it should be the CTs capitalising on poor T strategy.
Yeah.
Because as I said there, for example, they didn't have control of mid. They were just going to go straight into the A bomb site. CTs could, obviously they don't know this, but they can play in, I guess, looser positions. So down to a 2 versus 5 sitch, and just Desert Eagles and Klebs. They're really able to find an equal scoreline, and ezpz, I think, for the first time, was back within reach of LANMowers since the pistol. First time they've been on equal scoreline.
Back to a buy round.
And double AWP setup for the CTs again. This is gonna be a tough one too, because their economy is only going to get more and more wrecked here on out. So Senor opens things up, takes things very aggressively towards mid, instantly traded out. So not the ideal outcome for him, but it is just going to thin the numbers a little bit too, because so early in the round there's so many. It's actually such a big map for CTs to try and cover with thin numbers. So 4 is doable. You go down to 3, and you have to start taking chances, start gambling.
Yeah, yeah. Put more to one side. You know, I think, and as well with the situation of their economy being so poor, if the gamble doesn't pay off, just save straight away, I think.
CTs do also have some options too, I guess, in the sense that they can collapse on areas as well. All right, take control of B main. Now he's a little bit more aware too that they don't have mid control. And, well, Jabbo is going to be asking questions here. Couldn't answer them, unfortunately. And they do have control of this B bomb side here, easy peasy. And this should be another round for them, to be honest. There's no way that they should be overextending here and losing this 2 versus 4. But as I say that, they may just go against everything that I said. And thankfully, I don't think LANMowers are going for this. It's that pug mentality. They can't just They can't do it. They can't hold a line. The discipline, the patience is not there. You mean I have to wait for my frags?
No.
I ain't doing it like this.
There we go.
Ooh,
Attack pause.
Attack pause. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold this AWP out. White. Oh. He is. They don't check there. Hide and go seek champion.
Ooh. Yeah. After round time is not long enough. So gets away with his life.
If that was matchmaking, he'd be cooked.
Yeah. He's gone.
Now the pause has come in. Obviously, this has come out from a LANMowers perspective. They haven't been able to find rounds. Obviously, as a CT side as well. Those double AWPs, they cost a lot of money. It's going to be difficult for them if they keep losing members as well. Even if they win rounds, if they keep losing members, pressure's still there on the economy. You can see on the T side too as well. They've got a lot of cash up in their coffers.
Yep, indeed they do.
And it's going to be difficult now for, let's just say, LANMowers to break that T-side economy. It's just way too strong. And Swanky said to me today, don't worry, I'll just push everything. Swanky, wait, what? They just default. Well, I'll push everything. Wow. There you go. An insight into the mind of a pugger.
Yep. I'm terrible at pugging, to be honest with you.
Yeah, look, I'm terrible at pugging. I'm terrible at most things. Game-related these days.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, look.
Oh, well. You have fun?
As I said earlier, there's a serious problem, a systematic problem, or a systemic problem, should I say. It's probably better English. If these players here aren't beating me, I don't play. I don't, well, as much as I used to. These guys are putting in 30, 40 hours a week. If they're not beating me, there's probably something they're doing wrong. Probably something they're doing wrong. But, obviously, I'm not sitting in the grand final, so they did beat me.
That's all right. Oh, what?
Point in case.
Yeah.
What do you think LANMowers have changed? So I think they've been punished with everything so far. Good to see a bit more focus on mid, actually.
I think maybe it's a bit hard to say, you know, with the mentality that you're sort of just a team with, you know, you're not structured as CT, you know, you've got to be able to make the plays still, to get the information later on in the round when you're down numbers and find where the terrorists are hitting. That way you can actually group up your CTs on the site effectively and, you know, have a chance in these rounds, especially with no utility. You know, they've been lacking in money. So using the utility wisely to get the correct information that they need to stack those sites and make the correct plays. So
let's just see if they can put that into action. Back to a 4 versus 4. Things were looking good for them at the start there, but now they're going to put some focus here on B. Swanky, has he been spotted out? No, he hasn't. UMP doesn't find him any frags, and a lot of pressure being placed on White. Unfortunately, he blacked out. Does go down, and LANMowers can't find one frag there. Ares, 10 points for the double backflip.
Yep.
As he goes down, and easy peasy. They've gone on a bit of a roll. How many rounds in a row has that been? It's been...
Oh, that's a console.
Oh, no, IP. Cast the show IP. There you go. They haven't won a single round on their CT side.
Yep.
It's been absolutely blitzed.
Kleb's going off. I don't know how he was going on CT side, but he's absolutely rolling in it now. It's 26 kills.
Yep, I know Burke was having a lot of trouble after that first half of his. They're able to turn it back around, and LANMowers there, they're taking control of this A main, and this is what the CTs needed to do. They needed to start taking control of areas on the map. Obviously not as early in the round. It's not always important to do it early in the round, but they've done it. And Swanky.
Interesting.
Not really concerned with what was happening in the mid connector there. So 5 versus 2. Well, it seems as though every single member of ezpz so far have been caught with the grenade. out or looking the wrong way?
It's the first round for them on the CT side. 12-11.
There we go. Have we cast a curse this?
Maybe.
I'm not too sure how many games you've cast a curse yet, but it is a real thing.
Maybe.
Maybe
This is the first.
As soon as you start hypothesizing on things like this, it almost becomes very apparent that they've heard you at some point and go, well, no, you're wrong.
So there we go. They're getting the early information again on the B side this time, but Aries by himself, and I think probably shouldn't be playing such an aggressive position. Maybe a retake position would have worked better there, considering you're by yourself. But the fast flank, Unanimous. Senior finding one as well.
And the HPs though, the T's have taken absolute battering. CT's not faring too much better either, so if they go for this, the CTs, this could be a very winnable round. And Jabbo, there we go. They've done it. They've been able to string 2 rounds together.
Good on them.
Are we going to see the reverse happen now? We're going to see ezpz lose out. And actually, that is a good point, Impaired, that Atletico Academy, do they have a PGL minor games? Are you playing right now? What is the time? I have a watch and I've asked for the time.
7 o'clock.
Technically, I think they've got 10 minutes before they're forfeited. So, they have 11 minutes. 11 minutes within which to work. Probably. They may have to play it from here. That is the...
See, they wouldn't have had that problem if I beat them last night.
Yep, there you go. This is on you now.
Yeah, I know.
How do you feel? And they find their way into this B-bomb site, but... And... This is CTs. They're knocking on the door. That Molotov, a bit premature, son. Popping off too early. CTs waiting out the smokes and utility first. They've obviously got a kit, but they haven't used all their utility just yet. That last piece of utility comes out from the T's, and the retake is on here. They're trying to cross fires, but it is not to be for LANMowers. They do go down. Oh yeah. Here we go. We're just making travel arrangements right now, live on stream. Just pick up a maxi bond on the way home, Peter.
Will do. Celebrate our glorious victory.
Mostly just the defeats. And if you're out there, Bar, we're having maxi bonds without you. 13-12. Oh, side catching Animus pushing through that smoke, and now the T's have stopped that momentum that LANMowers have had. Obviously, they were able to string 2 rounds together, but 2 rounds isn't enough to ensure a CT economy. And they took heavy losses in those round wins as well, so it's not always going to bode too well for them. 5 AKs now of easy peasy. Can they close this one out? That's the question. They're obviously very keen to, as we said. They've got that PGL minor match. They want this closed. Let's just see.
The realisation has kicked in, and I think they're gone into overdrive.
Yep. The question is, are they going to start throwing themselves into choke points? Are they going to start rushing? Because they're the T's. They can control the tempo.
Yep.
Yeah, but we're having a maxi one. I know you realise now too. Cop that. Control now by the easy peasy players. They do actually find one, the CZ, but it's almost instantaneously traded out. Signor's taken an absolute battering. He's very, very low on HP, and they will control B, or at least attempt to here. They need to check the corners though. Jabbo, easy frag for him. Will he find the weapon before he's taken out? He won't actually survive much longer than that. There is still one to find in the sight. White still alive. Can he find another? Does, and now makes the sight a little bit easier. No, can't find the close range frag, but Burke with the 1G.
1G, boys.
Get your 1Gs in the chat, all 5 of you. And, oh, there you go, Kyoto in the chat.
Oh, there's the 1-1G.
Up against Avant, the online BO1 Kings. The name carries that that reputation. Not the team, the name. It's actually more due to the previous Avant side than anything else. Online BO1 Kings. And that's where the PGL format's a little bit unforgiving. So we'll have Klebs now. Frags, he does find them. But the trades are good from the CTs. They still maintain a player advantage. And not overextend here. Burke might be able to find a frag into the A-bomb side, but not quite. Not able to. Ares though, I'm not too sure. Peeking out there before any utility's been used. Ares again finding multiple frags and precisely what the CT's needed. Burke trapped in that door. 55 seconds, that's a long time. And he's only got one way to fight it out. He's not going to change his position at all. Good round there from the CTs. Bring themselves to 14. And that's exactly what they needed to push themselves along. They had 4 members surviving. Their economy remains strong. Double AWP setup. T's though. A rocky road ahead. Tech 9s, AK, PC50.
They want the win.
Oh yeah, they're going for it here. I guess in their sense, they're either going to go for the win and disrupt that CT economy, or alternatively, they're going to throw for themselves. Oh, leg there for White. He's going to be able to escape from the smoke, but he can absolutely flash out. We'll trade out instantaneously. Acer finding a crucial frag there into Jabbo. Jabbo can start for longer. That entry to the site is now given to the T's. And careful now, they need to get that bomb. It is just able to go down. They need to wait out any CT utility here though. You can see the Molotovs there, the flashes, the smokes already coming from the CTs. Crucial retake coming in. How are they going to go for it? If they find a frag early, I think they should. If they don't, back off. The CT economy is not, oh my goodness, A-Res. City economy is not insured. This is going to be costly too for LANMowers. This means this match is going to go the distance. This is going to go 30 rounds.
Oh Lord, that's
oh
not
good. 4A1 sounds like fapping. Either you fap very furiously, or you probably need to slow down. You probably need to change out for an M4. Take your silencer off, son. Switch to M4A4, that is. Go unsilenced, son. And, well, as I said, I'm booking it. It's going to go 30 rounds, maybe even longer. Let's just see what the T's can do. You can see now that I think that realization set in that they either need to finish this one quickly or this goes overtime. You get that sense of frustration and urgency, obviously, overcoming the players in LANMowers. Oh, sorry, not LANMowers, easy peasy. I'm looking at the icons and it's just...
Maybe a new strategy.
5 minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. 5 minutes is 2 rounds.
Maybe LANMowers... They want the win. Maybe they just delay the rounds as long as possible.
Yeah. CTs
That's a strategy.
CTs don't have as much control over that.
That's true. That is true.
But they'll be definitely doing everything they can to frustrate easy peasy here. As we said, that's going to be weighing on their minds. And I don't know. Always been a big fan of the psychological games, the mind games. I rate it. I wonder if Klebs rates it. Finds one frag here. Question is, who's going to be giving up match point? It is about to be answered here. 26 seconds left. The Molotovs are coming through. The trades are actually going out towards the middle of the map. And, well, it's all unanimous here. He's on 3 HP. Finds a crucial frag. All he has to do for Klebs. Finds one, looking for the second, 14 seconds left. Still need to collect that bomb and plant it. It's not going to be easy for them here either. He's going to be able to get that bomb, but he won't be able to plant it in time. Important that his teammate stays up though. They're going to go straight at that bomb site. ARS finds the frag, and the map point now comes up for LANMowers. So I don't know if that's sweet relief for ezpz or not. Obviously they want to win this, but I don't know. This is their map pick. What's their map pick? Important that you win your map pick in a BO3. Let's just see now. Got a few minutes before they have to forfeit it. Oh, so it's gone up now. It was either 10 minutes or 5 minutes that they had in terms of what they're allowed for matches, in terms of lateness. Depends how, I guess, how much they've been in communication with the admins as well. So, damn. K-Styles and Sampa. That ain't me. Jabbo. Did he have to find a second? No. Not able. Frags are good here so far for ezpz. Animus finds one, but he's in a bit of a pickle now. He does step across, gets traded out, but down to a 2 versus 2. There's still a minute and 14 left, so Swanky just waiting out that Molotov. That might spread to him actually in the very last instance of it. Not quite. Not quite. Oh. It's not a bad plan there from Acer though, but needs to be careful because he could be flanked here. He's not even aware. But it's the orb that finds the frag. 16-14 the score. And ezpz. I don't know if we're going to have a bit of a break here because they've got to play their PGL match. So either they're going to find subs for this match or it's a PGL match on.
Yeah, we've got 2 subs.
We've got 2 subs to play in. There we go. So the Athletico Academy players in Acer and Klebs can now substitute out for LANMowers. They obviously go into this now a map down. So tough to come into a grand final, a map down. That being said though, not their map pick.
Yeah.
Water under the bridge.
I think it's awkward joining a game halfway through. I mean, even if it's a best of 3 series, you sort of don't really know what's happening in the middle of it, you know, coming in as subs. So we'll have to see how they go with that.
Yeah, that'll be the question. Do we know who the subs are, Matt?
So Mav's going to check on the
So
subs for us.
One of them's Clowny.
Yeah.
And Mozzie.
And Mozzie, apparently, says
There
Steve.
you go.
Hi, Steve. I am here talking.